All right. Now we're cooking. Sorry about that.
How about that?
If you're new here, you didn't miss anything. You missed nothing. We just were a little late. Dave definitely didn't have any technical issues. So we're rocking. What do you guys think about this Vladimir Putin interview? Have you watched it yet, KJ?
No, I have not consumed it. I was too busy reading the cliff notes on the Brittany Mahomes SI uh, spread.
Cliff notes. What the Cliff notes
You're
say,
not there for the
AJ?
articles?
Come on, man.
Oh, cool. This guy's cool.
Come on.
Anytime I see a girl boss, one of the most powerful 30 under 30 sports team owners and just megastar like Brittany Mahomes advancing really the culture of women in Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazines, then your boy's all in.
Okay. Well said.
Well said. Yeah.
I'd like to note that KJ is joining us, but it appears his StreamYard name is I'd Eat Casey's Grass. If you want to break that down.
Yeah. What does that mean?
I've I guess I can't hide that anymore. Some of us are aware that Casey Musgraves has announced a new album, and she chose a pretty spectacular photo to promote it with. Have either of you seen this? Because I think
Yeah.
as we're already talking Brittany Mahomes, it's on par.
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay. And, for her to follow that up with the title track called Deeper Well, I'm just really
on, man.
interested to see where this is going.
Okay.
Nothing?
No, I think that says all that needs to be said, I think, about the issue.
Tough scene for
Uh,
Casey to drop the like, hey, got a new album coming out on social media the night of the Grammys, and then this other person who has a slightly larger audience dropped her album or said, I'm going to drop an album too.
Is that just a not a smart time to announce an album, period, when everyone's attention is kind of elsewhere? I don't know.
Well, they were both on the Grammys.
Oh, she announced it at the Grammys.
Casey did not, but her social team not like launched it the night of.
Yeah.
Taylor, when she announced it, like they had a scheduled tweet. It was when she had won. It was almost like she knew she was going to win. A lot of people are saying like, "Hey, she's had like 4 records of the year. What's going on there?" But we're not here to talk Grammys. I don't know. KJ, I know like your question. You were talking to me privately in the private chat, and you were saying Mahomes already has this thing with his pops. Kelsey's got this stuff with his lady friend, the aforementioned Taylor Swift. And now his wife is dumping him out for SI week of the Super Bowl. What's going on? Talk about distractions. Oof. Awooga. Couple of them, huh?
He's have we confirmed that the man climbing the sphere wasn't Jackson? That's the one like missing element here. There's like it's terrible to say, but he's like one severe tragedy away from like a phenomenal feature film. Much better than whatever the Kurt Warner movie was, but like we need like one more sad plot twist here. And then it's a movie that I'd watch on direct to DVD, direct to streaming.
Wait, are you talking about climb stuff guy for pro life or for actual Jackson Mahomes?
I don't know. I didn't see the guy's message. I wasn't here to expand whatever he was promoting. I just assumed it was Jackson Mahomes just begging for attention at this point.
No, I tried to repackage Will DeFreeze's now mega viral tweet about Jackson trying to get into Taylor's suite for the clout. I was just gonna, but it didn't make sense because it was the Sphere, and the game's not. Sadly, the game is not being played at the Sphere. Although maybe we're not that far from that. But
At the Roomba.
yeah, I don't even know what this means, and this just cracked me up.
What? Okay.
Oh man, I said we're gonna take some questions from the chat tonight, just because it's the last one of the season, and we've kind of neglected the chat, and this is one,
No.
Dylan. We got to double down. We got to back up.
Okay. This doesn't seem like that big a deal. There's a recipe that I use, and I put like the spaghetti like seasoning from the packet. This isn't like from scratch, guys. Bear with me here.
Wait,
it
you
calls-
said packet. You didn't need to establish it wasn't from scratch.
The seasoning, yeah, the seasoning calls for water to be added. There's like you add the sauce, seasoning, and then water, and you cook it all together. It's not that big a deal. I don't know what's going
Is
on
this
here.
an MRE? Are you eating MREs?
Ooh, sick.
No, I made spaghetti at home for my son and me.
MRE.
Yeah,
Fair.
seasoning. Look,
Have you ever had, dude, MRE as a kid out in Boy Scout camp? If you had MREs, you were fucking hardcore. You're basically a Navy SEAL.
Right there
Yeah,
next to
seasoning.
astronaut food.
This guy can't figure it out.
what's this is not like some huge revelation here, folks. It's pretty standard shit.
In my brain, all that I'm seeing Dylan shake into a pan is like the equivalent of like a Tony Castro seasoning, but like it's the most stereotypical, like that's a spicy meatball Italian guy on the cover of like a big shaker that just says spaghetti. It's missing some consonants in there. There's some apostrophes for trademark purposes, but just into a big pot while the pasta's boiling. Just mix that in. Somehow you don't have to strain it. It's no strain spaghetti pasta. It's a beautiful thing.
I went home and made
Wow.
steak. I went home and slammed a steak before the stream. No one's doing that. It's the earliest
that's
I've
some
eaten
real-
dinner.
Some real alpha shit, Dave.
Yeah, I
tell
kind
me
of
if
I
this
kind of
is-
overcooked it.
A trash move or not. I think there's been enough discussion of wife prepares something on the healthy side, or Siga prepares something on the healthy side, and you're like, all right, yeah, this is delicious, but you know you're gonna have to go second dinner. I pulled the move of I was cooking for the kids quickly. I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna hit the spot. Like, kid wanted like soup, like tomato soup, so I just did the give up. All right, here's grilled cheese. And I'm like, oh, here, honey, here's your dinner. You can have the rest. I ate beforehand. I already ate. So I already know later it's just going to be whatever frozen pizza I have. It's going to be actual dinner. So
I love that move.
opting out of dinner with the fam because, quote unquote, I already ate, knowing damn well I just didn't want Annie's tomato soup tonight.
That's like our friend Jake, who like on the way home, if he knows his wife's doing like fish and broccoli, he'll go to Taco Bell and just eat it in the alley.
Jesus.
Throw the trash away in the trash can before getting into the driveway.
That's absolutely worse than me eating alone in my car in the Grand X parking lot. I get so much shit for that from Will and Dylan, really, just because I 10 times would eat lunch alone in my car.
Fully support it.
Oh,
it's a
this
better
morning-
experience.
This morning, Dave gets to the office and he lets us know that he went to Kirby Lane Cafe and just had breakfast, like a sit down, like, waiter situation, breakfast on his own before coming into work. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. He goes, no, he's like, no, it's not. I do it all the time. Like, what?
No,
You
Dylan,
don't? You've never talked about it before.
Dylan goes, what's the occasion?
Yeah.
And I told him breakfast.
Like, were you with your wife or something? Like, yeah, he said breakfast was the occasion. Like it's a very normal thing to do.
I
You
did
guys
that
don't-
very thing this morning, David, and I fully support it. However,
My man, big dog.
Big dog, exactly. I dropped off the kid at school. On the way back, I was like, I need to get something from Ace Hardware. It's in the same parking lot as the diner. I walked in, began to order, and then realized, oh crap, I've got to be back at home. So I stopped and was like, all right, well, I'll get a coffee and like a pastry. Ate that in the car on the way home, but fully went in with the intention of like, I'm gonna belly up to the old counter here, have counter service, read the local newspaper, eat some eggs, and go home.
It is an old man move. That's an old man move. Like you need a newspaper open. You're pounding just black coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
100%.
That's pretty much it. But my newspaper was Twitter. That I was just like looking for trades because it was NBA trade deadline was at 2, and I was just like, "We're gonna do this PJ Washington deal." I was just searching Mavs trade rumors. So it was basically like looking at a newspaper, a digital newspaper.
Okay. Man of modern technology.
Modern man.
We talked about the NBA trade deadline briefly before this. There's nothing worth taking up time tonight with that. I do want to at least break the little bit of college football news that Nick Saban has announced he will be joining College Game Day. No word on whether or not he'll be replacing McAfee or Corso or anybody, or just be added to their coverage. He'll also be
Corso's
around for
back.
draft coverage. Okay. That's
been announced?
That's a week-to-week contract. I don't know that
Okay.
they publicly announce these things.
Somebody said that he will be back. They didn't say in what fashion. Like if it's going to be like he just pops in, he's like, I got a fucking Spartan helmet on. But he will be back in some fashion and or form.
Hopefully, for his family's sake, I really hope so.
Thank you.
But yes, Saban will be joining SEC Media Day, as they were quick to announce, which led me to the immediate thought of, yes, SEC is going to ESPN this year, and they're getting Saban. Obviously, whatever money they had to give him to agree to this is worth it. It just also makes me think ESPN's only going to get that much more insufferable going into the fall.
I'm excited
so?
for it.
Why more insufferable?
I mean, you could at least lie to yourself and feel like they had somewhat of not so fast. You could at least lie to yourself before and feel like they were somewhat unbiased, like they only cared about the team that was going to bring the most amount of eyeballs to the network, whoever that may have been. For a brief bit, it was Texas. Obviously, they threw money in that direction. Eventually became some teams in the SEC. They didn't care. Whoever was going to bring the attention. Now I think it's like they're only going to reinforce like it's SEC, and to whatever extent the relationship with the Big Ten exists, like they're now going to be incentivized to continue kicking dirt on the ACC, continue burying some of the Group of Five schools. And I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I just don't want ESPN to then just become like pseudo SEC network in their main coverage.
Hey, pause down.
Oh, dude, that's freaking better not, man.
Pause down for KJ's boy going to Baylor.
That was also great news in college football. Thank you for mentioning that. I wanted him to be the head coach. I think I've
give him a year.
wanted him to be the A&M's head coach. I want him to be Baylor's head coach, and I'm genuine about that desire. He needs to be in college football.
KJ,
just not at TCU.
Give it a year. Give it 2 years, maybe. Because there's a good. This is it for. This is
Sorry,
it for.
sorry, Jim.
Oh,
Jim.
Classless.
You think this is it for Dave? Old Dave?
I think got to get if we can't get to. I say we. That's embarrassing. 7 wins or bust.
What I want out of Baylor is to humble. It's terrible it's becoming this way. I want them to be competitive with Utah, and I want them to humble the other team in Texas. Whether that's TCU, whether that's Texas Tech. I'm not including Houston here. I'd like Baylor to rise above those two.
No offense to
their
Tech.
fan base is the least sufferable.
Tech, dude, shout out. Look, love Tech. Love our Tech listeners. I love our listeners from Tech. They get humbled every time. They're the least humble going into the season. And then about 6 weeks in, it's like, all right, well, fuck. Like, hey, to be fair, they are recruiting quite well. Shout out Joey McGuire, former.
Here's what I respect about Tech fans. They talk a lot of shit, and then right when they should be humbled, they just keep talking shit. They just talk shit through. They talk shit through the muck. They don't care. They're just like, fuck it.
Their fans are dogs. They are straight up dogs. They will
they
fight
don't
to
care.
the death.
Win or lose, they're going to talk shit to you, and that's just their way.
They are the doggiest fan base.
Eventually, you realize you started a conversation about like their inefficiency on third downs and inability to win games that like aren't at night and at home, and then you land on like, oh wait, I guess Josh Jung is a good player. You're like, wait, what the fuck was I talking about here? You're like, okay, you're right. You have won the most meat judging contest. I cannot argue with this.
Dude, they are mudders.
They're goaded.
They live in the mud. That's where they love it there. They're very comfortable in the mud.
They're the sloppiest.
I'm gonna like
fan
find
base.
myself like
They're sloppy.
arguing about 3-point efficiency in the second half in college basketball sometime in mid-January, and I'm like, all because somebody said they didn't know anybody from SMU. I'm like, oh, fuck off. No, this is not necessary. Anyways, there's something happening this weekend that's not a post-game show for the NFL honors. A little something called the Super Bowl. You guys heard of this?
Yeah, bud.
We do the Super Bowl spread food discussion every single year, so maybe let's not dive all the way into that. But anything on your radar, anything new that you might try as we go into Super Bowl party season?
I'm going to a family-friendly party, so I don't know what I'm supposed to bring. Like, I guess my
That's
foods were
lame,
never
man.
my foods were never going to not be family-friendly. Like, I wasn't going to bring like a penis cake or something. I wasn't going to
But
bring
like
like
hot wings would be
a
less
Drake cake.
friendly.
You gonna leave your penis cake at home?
Yeah, I'm just, no, that's for Easter.
For the first time since I remember, I don't have
It's risen.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no plans. I have no prospects. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I just
You wanna
watch
go
it
to
at home.
Vegas?
I'll not be going to Vegas. No. I'm sure it's fun, but I will not be going.
Now prices are crazy. Live tours there this weekend, man. I've got nothing on the radar. Oh man, this guy, and he's gonna throw out Aria too. You could have been at least like settled with Cosmo, where it's like approachable for the modern man, just a normal everyday man. It's high end, but like approachable, and you can stay there. You go to Aria, you know that you're not fucking with anything that's not $30 tables or more on blackjack. I'm referring to.
Klein. Oh.
Big
Give me those
dog.
hard sixes though, and put it on Michael's tab for me, Klein. All right, we did pull some props. Dylan, you found
Yes.
some I didn't even find because DraftKings is going wild. Dave, do you want to tell us about DraftKings, or Dylan, you want to go through the props first?
DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs. They're bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game. How about that game this weekend and get 200 instantly in bonus bets? How about that? I don't know what that line's looking like, but I'm sprinkling, baby. What was it? Niners by 2? Niners
Last I
minus
saw
2?
was Niners -2.
All right. I like that. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WASHED. New customers can bet just $5 and get 200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code WASHED. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. To the props.
All right. So our friends at
Team that got
DraftKings.
stronger over the year.
What?
I was saying David's a team that got stronger over the year, playing their best ball at the end of the season. With that
It's
reason.
a peaking at the right time.
So our friends at DraftKings are kind of leaning into the whole Swiftie movement in the NFL. They have a tab under the Super Bowl bets called For the Swifties. For the Swifties. And basically, they're just normal prop bets, but they're given fun Swiftie names. All right. For example, KJ, we have the blank space. Travis Kelce to score in Octopus. That's plus 3,000.
We learned what this was last year, right? Didn't
It's when-
or
it's
maybe
when-
a few years back when like Gronk did this in the Super Bowl? Or
Maybe.
who-
It's when one player scores a touchdown and then the following 2-point conversion.
Got it.
I knew you were trouble. McCaffrey 150 plus yards. That's receiving and rushing, and that's plus 160 bet. We have the Karma. Travis Kelce, 0 receptions and Niners win. That's plus 3,000. Prob's not going to happen, folks. And then the last one I'll mention is the Shake It Off bet. Niners score first, but Chiefs come back to win.
Ooh. That's a
Shake it
pretty good
off.
bet.
Shake it off.
Wait,
Ooh,
Niners score
ooh.
first, Chiefs win.
Yeah,
Plus
that's the Shake It
350?
Off.
Ooh,
Plus
That's
350.
I'm about to do a little bit of this.
that's
I'm about to do a little
tremendous. DraftKings is going all out with the prop bets as they should, and I don't even mean like silly ones, but as Dylan just laid out, like for the Swifties is one of, I don't know, what would you say, 20 different tabs categories.
Voters?
Just picking options was just a lot. Under their Super Bowl specials, one caught my eye. It's right at the top. Either team to kick a game-winning walk-off field goal at the end of, they call it normal time, which is confusing. Yes, so a game-winning field goal in regulation is plus 800. I love that. Length of longest drive being under 77.5 yards, plus 140. Also interested in the value there. The other one that stood out to me real quick is they've also got some futures. Not to get off Super Bowl too much, but they've got a next team category in which they throw out Russell Wilson's next team, Justin Fields' next team, Kirk Cousins, Derrick Henry, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs. But Russell Wilson's plus 120. I'm sorry, plus 650 is probably also attractive. Falcons, Broncos, Raiders, and Commanders, top of the list. So you can mix up your Super Bowl picks with some interesting offseason selections too.
I'm convinced Mike Evans ends up back in Houston, or he's from there. I say back in. He's from the Houston area, I believe. So that is
I guess that
my.
makes sense.
I would be. They've got a ton of cap room, and Mike Evans would be a nice veteran presence. I don't know, not that big of a deal. I just want to go back and give a shout out to the guy who made a Swift Boats Veterans for Truth reference, a almost 2-decade-old reference to the George Bush reelection, courtesy of the late the great T. Boone Pickens, who financed that super PAC that went after John Kerry with some of his Swift Boat comrades. Anyway, not important, but it's just not a reference I would expect to see from our listener. Yeah, it's very old, Dylan. It's
A John Kerry reference really has capped off everything I could have ever hoped for a live stream.
reporting for
Random
duty.
mention.
Wow. What a time.
Do we have any opinions on the Gatorade color prop bet? Did you read through the odds for best or
No,
best
so-
luck of the year?
The Gatorade color, whenever the coach gets Gatorade dumped on him at the end of the game, we got purple at the favorite at plus 250. I'm assuming these are based on like the colors that the team has historically. There's got to be some inside information here, right? Also, this is really easy. Like whoever like the equipment manager is for the teams, they tell all their buddies like, "Listen, we're gonna do purple. Like, just bet on it because if we win, it's absolutely happening." Anyway, we got purple as the favorite at plus 250, and then we got red plus 275, yellow, green at plus 300. We got orange plus 300, blue plus 350, clear plus 1,000. No Gatorade at all is plus 1,600.
Can I make a joke at Dylan's expense real quick?
Of course.
I kind of want Dylan to put like all of his money in his big boy stack on this, just so after it happens, he has to text the group and be like, "Hey, what was it? Did I win?"
See, folks, if you don't understand the joke, it's because I'm colorblind, and I will need the help of someone to tell me what color the Gatorade is. Thank you, Dave, for making fun of my disability.
Yeah, it's not a very inclusive prop bet now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's
Can someone help me out?
We
I
just
just
I'm-
lie
I'm
to
wearing
him.
his ticket.
I'm in front of the sports book holding my ticket. Like, someone please.
Just carrying it to the front. I swear it was blue.
Sir, can you help me out? Like, What a sick joke. Dylan's got like 10 grand on it. We're like, dude, Dylan, you fucking won, dude. He finds out the next
Great
day, like,
again?
no, it was blue.
Just kidding, bro.
Clear being
Oh.
plus 1,000, I feel like is the underrated value there because that also includes water.
I would think so, right?
Yeah, unless if there's a team out there packing Arctic ice for their Gatorade option, I fuck with that. I'm sure for like confusion purposes, nobody does that because you don't want to be, throwing back Gatorade and you think you're getting water. But I think water has to be like, I'm shocked that it's plus 1,000.
One more question on this. You can't make this bet after kickoff, right? Because you could have somebody in the stands with some binoculars and you're like looking down there and you're spying what they're drinking, right?
have no
Yeah, did you
idea.
see that documentary? Like the entire game, I can't remember which documentary it was. They were like playing Rolling Stones the whole time, and like they're just betting on everything left and right, and like sevens were everywhere. I think Will Smith was in the documentary, and it just something along those lines. I really wish I knew the fucking name of the movie or the plot. I've seen it like one time.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting help from
these.
these two guys are helping you here, buddy.
It's like Margot Robbie and and Will Smith, but I don't remember what the hell it was about.
Ooh.
Other one here, player specials, real quick. Wait, no. Back up. First of the game. That's always a nice one. Opening kick returned is plus 6,500. And then the opening kick not being a touchback is plus 245.
I like that one.
That I've got some interest in.
Unless someone's done the numbers. Whoever kicks off for each team, probably pretty good at putting it deep in the end zone. I would imagine. Yeah, Alec, probably not great, my friend.
Dude, that'd be sick though.
That would be pretty frat, though.
That would be Friday.
sir.
Good, sir.
Good, sir.
Something that's new this year, I believe, is that they've got cross sport specials. Something you've heard about in this space quite a bit. For example, either Shai Gilgeous Alexander to score the first field goal versus the Kings on the 11th, or Rashee Rice to score the first touchdown.
I thought he was
Plus
hosting
240.
SNL Saturday.
Okay. Shane Gillis and Shai Gilgeous. Yeah, I love it. I respect
Speaking of Bud
hold on.
Light. Hey, KJ.
I can't do the Shane Gillis like Mike Holden. There you go. I'm not
Dave,
doing
put
it.
your hand down.
Big dog. That's
Dude,
dude,
pause
you can't-
down.
Oh, you better get out of there.
No, pause down, player.
All right. Well, anyways, dive into the DraftKings prop bets. Shane, yes,
They're
I love it.
fun.
But I don't think we fully gave our quote unquote predictions or whatever. Right now, the line is actually sitting at. Somebody hit me with it.
It was two this. It was Niners -2 this afternoon.
Thoughts, feelings. We know the Niners have been bitching about UNLV's field all week.
Listen, I said a couple weeks ago after the AFC Championship, I am no longer doubting a Patrick Mahomes-led team in the playoffs. I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I want to do it, but I can't do it. Tech fans going to be all over the TL, man. It's going to be a big night for them. I think Kansas City wins.
Give me Lee Harvey, game manager. Give me the Purdy boy. I'm rocking with
That's
the
the best
Niners. I mean, it's a pretty great call, and honestly, it's one of those things where I feel like many people have thought that, but no one put it into Twitter because it was just like, I don't know, why would you tweet that? But now it actually makes a lot of sense, and that dude got a lot of play out of it. He does look exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald.
He does.
And he really doesn't want to answer questions about it, which I can kind of understand. It's kind of a lose-lose situation. Like, what's he supposed to do? Be like, yeah, that's crazy you bring that up because I do kind of look like him, but here's the thing. He actually didn't do it. Have you read Best Evidence?
I was hoping he'd be like, I'm just gonna level with you guys. I don't know who the fuck this is.
There's a
I'm 24 years old. I do not know or care who LHO is. I've been playing sports at a high level for the last 6 years. Think I had time to go around learning about the president that got shot 55 years ago? Like, I don't know if we're still doing John Wilkes Booth as the core curriculum these days.
Somebody called into the pipeline for circling back voicemails. I didn't play his call, but he said, "Do y'all ever think back to random shit you said and just start laughing?" He's like, "The other day I thought about when Dave told Dylan he was on his John Wilkes Booth shit."
What was the context of the comment?
I don't know. Apparently, I was on my John Wilkes Booth shit.
Hell yeah, that's sick, dude.
Just shooting.
I don't know. It's just not. I don't know the. Oh God.
I need to close this tab. I tried to find the Casey Musgraves photo earlier, and I just typed in Casey Musgraves hot, and there's
Come
no
on,
reason
man.
for that.
What?
It's really been
probably have that
been
bookmark.
swerving all
weak
over
search.
the road over here. It is a very
is a weak
weak search,
search.
but I was
Be
keeping it
better,
family
KJ.
friendly in case I had to share my screen. Last bet here.
Yeah, JWB. Okay, it's John Wilkes Booth. Yes, those are his initials.
It took me a second to make sure I wasn't off, and like, wait, it's John William Booth. They've got a halftime, full time bet in here. So both teams tied at half. Obviously, redundant. If the Chiefs win after being tied at half, plus 1,900. Niners win after being tied at half, plus 1,700. I feel like that is unquestionably worth your attention. I don't know if you can parlay that, but a halftime tie in the Super Bowl seems like, seems about right.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea what the data tells me. I'm just saying with my gut, I can see a 10-10 halftime game with everyone having to like re-familiarize themselves with Usher and him like bringing back Mr. Wiggles at halftime. Nobody knows who Mr. Wiggles. I hope that's his actual name. It was like a popular break dancer who's in the My Way video. Spend some time familiarizing yourself with popular break dancers of the early aughts. Why don't you?
I was more of the Jabba-Hookies.
Oh yeah, I got Mr. Wiggles right. 59 years old, still with us. Guarantees there.
There's no way they're bringing out a 60-year-old breakdancer.
I don't know, Dave.
That's not.
Do you
not
think the
happening.
Jabberwockies are going to be there? You think
Is it
that's
the
the route they're gonna
Jabberwockies? Okay, I was close.
go? Did you say Jabberwookies?
I said Hookies. I think. I don't know what I said. It didn't feel good when I said it, so I apologize.
Boo.
Um,
I'm just hoping
all
Mr.
right.
Wiggles hadn't got like pinched for something.
Is there a? Can you still do the opening song, like what he's going to lead? Okay.
I've mourned this all season. I forgot to put it on when it was Big Sam time. But
That's a cheese cowboy hat, huh?
I didn't know it was cheese season.
you darn tootin', partner.
You know, like felt season, but we can move past it.
I don't know what KJ's doing right now, but he's on his silly shit right now. Big Randy energy coming from KJ out in Madison.
If you've got tabs up of Mr. Wiggles and Casey Musgraves hot and like 6 different prop bets, like you're up to no good.
Yeah, that's a guy. That's the family's out of town. You're home alone weekend. You're just looking up random shit you're thinking of, and then you've got a grand finale planned, and it's gonna be messy.
All right. Anything we want to part with before I go off and honor Toby Keith?
I don't believe so.
Dylan, you didn't acknowledge my tweet the other day, but
Which one?
it's okay. Whenever I learned the news, I tweeted that Dylan has the chance to do the funniest thing today. But
I didn't even see it.
I didn't at you. I was not feeling brave about it. I didn't want you to be
Yeah.
upset.
I made an error in judgment a couple months back about Toby Keith. If that's what you're referencing.
It's
Yeah,
okay. He made an error in
you,
judgment opening up a bunch of shitty restaurants, but we won't hold it against him post-mortem.
You didn't know if you were gonna put on that headset again.
That's right. I didn't know the man was sick.
Mr. Wiggles definitely is.
I've actually been to the I Love This Bar and Grill in Oklahoma City a number of times. I'm pretty sure it was the original, and let me tell you, good burger.
Yeah, people forget that Toby Keith's security just beat the shit out of Micah one night.
I feel
Just
like
wore
Micah's
his
always
ass out.
Micah's always kind of left some things out of that story. I feel like there's a world where like Micah didn't just throw the birds at Toby. I feel like he might have like spat at Toby or something.
You know, he said something. He didn't say anything. He didn't do it in silence.
Yeah,
I can't picture
He's a
Micah
dick,
being like
pokey piece of shit.
being a problem in an environment like that.
Micah
maybe
got
I'm-
kicked
maybe
out of the
I'm-
mall. Micah was like 38, got kicked out of the mall.
But he was doing a bit.
He
You
went
got-
there for 5 bourbon chicken samples. What do you expect?
He was being a company man.
I don't know, man. Everybody's mad because Toby Keith, he wrote a song because he was mad we got 9/11. Excuse him for fucking getting pissed off and writing a song. I'm sure the song I would have wrote after 9/11 would have sucked.
Probably.
It would have been a bad song. I'm not a songwriter.
I mean, I can't even, I got nothing to say. Nothing good. Nothing that won't further sully the man's name. But
I'm not so. I'm on record saying that guy did a number of good things in the 90s.
agreed. He did some good work.
He got some heat, man.
I enjoy his catalog. All right. With that said, thank you for joining us here on this very last live stream of this season. If you've been with us for any of the past ones, thank you as well. Shouts to DraftKings. We will see you post Super Bowl on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.